Hello, and welcome to another Angry unit of the week. And today we're taking a look at the M113A3 APC. So, the M113 is the Battle Box APC, the bog standard ubiquitous APC, which has seen service pretty much all across the world because it does one good job, and that is ferrying troops to the front line in a slightly bulletproof box, and only slightly, because this is quite a revolutionary vehicle when it was introduced in 1960, as it was the first fully combat vehicle, quote unquote, made out of aluminium, meaning it was actually quite light, which means you can use it for air transportation, and also means it's amphibious as well. Because this is just a battle taxi, it really just has the bare minimum armament of a M250 caliber machine gun. In the Vietnam War, there's examples of them using ACAV variants with a whole heap of machine guns for shooting into the jungle. And because this is a rather simple design, a big flat box with a lot of cargo capacity in the back to carry 10 dudes, you can also fit a whole heap of other weapon systems on top of this thing to fill in a variety of roles. Now, of course, one of the big problems with aluminium armor is it's not very strong. The baseline M113 models can really only survive up to rifle and sometimes 50 caliber rounds. So in the late 80s, the Americans came up with the A3 model. The main thing is they improved the engine power, but also up-armored the front and side of the vehicles so it'd be a little bit more resilient to high caliber rounds. However, this upgrade, it was no longer amphibious, but that really wasn't that big of a deal. In-game, the M113A3 APC is a 5-point APC available to the USA. It is one weapon, and it's a 50 cal with 2,000 rounds of ammunition. It's 50 cal. It's a machine gun. You shoot people with it. You can kind of shoot vehicles with it, but not really, as there's no AP. But it is chambered in God's caliber, 50 BMG. Not really as godly as 45 ACP. That'd be a little bit of a war crime. Pop down to miscellaneous stats as 3 frontal armor, 3 side armor, 1 back armor, and 1 top armor. 10 HP, medium size, poor optics, a speed of 65 km off-road, 110 on the road, poor stealth, pretty good autonomy, year restricted 1987, and type restricted to mechanized, armored, and support decks. So the M113A3 APC is an upgrade over the rather bog standard and very ubiquitous M113A1 model, which isn't just available to the Americans, but a whole heap of other NATO countries have their M113s. Of course, the massive difference is the free frontal armor compared to run, but in exchange, you are not amphibious. Which honestly is a very good exchange, as the 3 or 2 extra frontal armor, totaling up to 3 frontal armor as well as side armor, actually goes a long way. Yeah, so super heavy and heavy tanks are most likely going to one-shot you still, but the more smaller, lighter AT weaponry may need to spend an extra shot shooting you. Which is a good thing, because that extra shot could be 6 to 7 seconds of reload time, which gives you a very important 6 to 7 seconds of getting this thing to the front line, so you can unload those infantry. And it is quite crazy for this extra frontal armor upgrade. You don't have to spend any extra points, thanks to the rather ridiculous 5-point system of Wargame Red Dragon, which, to be fair of Warner, even though we do give it a lot of shit, their new point system did actually improve and fix this problem. We're not into the DLC power creep levels of the M113A3 when compared to the rather OP Zelda. And apart from that, it's your pretty standard battle taxi, just meant to ferry troops to the front line and then suicide themselves for Daddy USA against any nasty ATGMs. You do get free cards with them, which is honestly not that bad. You can just fit in all the important riflemen and frontline infantry in this vehicle so you can actually survive getting to the front line. Overall, it's just a good, cheap battle taxi. I mean, there's a good reason why mechanized decks in general can be so bloody deadly, is that these 5-point cost-efficient transports go a long bloody way. Even if just regular USA General, just 2 to 3 cards of riflemen, even just baseline riflemen, in these M113s gives you such good attrition firepower in town fights. Yes, it's not super, and you're gonna lose against anything shock related, but you just get a lot of dudes, and especially for the USA, you just need a lot of dudes to hold areas, because your super weapons such as Nighthawks, Atacams, Apache Longbows, M113 Abrams are really the main damage dealer. The M113A3 and their rifleman counterpart are there just to, well, die. And they will die quite well. At least the A3 will die a little bit longer. Or take a little bit longer for it to die. Anyway, let's just leave it at that. This has been another English Unit of the Week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as usual, please just take it easy.